The first thing you hear is the soft clink of cutlery and the low hum of Christmas music, and then a whisper that feels like it's meant just for you. Stay until the end, because one plate, one secret, will change everything. Before the story unfolds, let me ask you something. Have you ever believed that kindness could come back to save your life? If you enjoy emotional stories about second chances, quiet miracles, and lives changing when least expected, like this video and subscribe to the channel now. Your support helps these stories reach hearts that need them most. On Christmas Eve, while most families were gathering around warm tables, Daniel Harper tightened the frayed cuffs of his waiter's uniform and checked the time on his phone. 7:42 p.m. His shift at the luxury downtown restaurant had just begun. At home, his 8-year-old daughter Lily was probably pretending not to be scared, sitting on the couch with her coloring pencils, waiting for him to come back. Daniel was a single dad, a widower for 3 long years, doing whatever it took to keep the lights on and food in the fridge. Christmas had become less about gifts and more about survival. Still, before leaving that afternoon, he knelt beside Lily and promised, "I'll be home before you wake up tomorrow. I swear." The restaurant glowed with wealth, crystal chandeliers, polished marble floors, and guests who wore joy like an accessory. Daniel moved quietly between tables, his smile gentle but tired. Then the manager whispered, "VIP guest tonight. Table 12. Be perfect." Daniel nodded and approached. Sitting alone at the table was a woman in her early 40s, elegant but distant, her dark coat draped over the chair. She stared at the window as if the city lights couldn't reach her. This was Victoria Hale, the CEO everyone talked about. Ruthless in business, powerful, and famously alone. "Good evening, ma'am," Daniel said softly. "Merry Christmas." She looked up, surprised by the sincerity in his voice. "Merry Christmas," she replied, though the words sounded unused. As Daniel served her meal, he noticed the small things, the untouched bread, the way she flinched at laughter from nearby tables, the heaviness behind her calm expression. When he brought dessert, he hesitated. "If you don't mind me saying," he said gently, "no one should be alone tonight." Victoria met his eyes for a moment, then looked away. "Some people choose it," she said. "Some people think they deserve it," Daniel replied without thinking. He immediately apologized, but Victoria surprised him with a faint smile. "You're an honest man," she said. "That's rare." As she finished her meal, Victoria asked, "Why are you working tonight?" Daniel shrugged. "Single dad. Christmas doesn't wait for rent." Her hand paused midair. "I didn't know. Most people don't ask," he said kindly. When Victoria stood to leave, Daniel cleared the table. As he lifted her plate, something slipped and landed softly on the tablecloth. An envelope. Thick, cream-colored, with his name written on it in careful ink, Daniel Harper. His heart raced. He hadn't seen her leave it. Confused, he opened it. Inside was a handwritten letter, and a photograph. The photo showed a younger Daniel, years ago, holding Lily as a baby, standing beside his late wife, Emily. Daniel's breath caught. His hands trembled as he read the letter. "Daniel, you don't know me, but I've known you for a long time. I was there the night Emily died. I was the woman who signed the paperwork. I was the CEO who approved the budget cut that closed the rural clinic your wife was rushed to. If that clinic had stayed open, Emily might still be alive." Daniel felt the world tilt. "I've lived with that knowledge every day. I searched for you, not to be forgiven, but to take responsibility. Under this plate is a trust fund for Lily, her education, your home, and a letter offering you a position in my company, one with flexible hours and full benefits. You waited on me tonight without knowing who I was. And still, you treated me with kindness. That tells me everything." Tears streamed down Daniel's face as he looked up. Victoria stood across the room, watching him, her eyes filled with quiet fear. "I'm not asking for forgiveness," she said when she returned. "I just couldn't live another Christmas knowing I did nothing." The restaurant faded away. Daniel thought of the nights he cried alone, the anger he buried, the questions that never had answers. Slowly, painfully, he folded the letter.